Good morning. For those I haven't met, I'm Sarah Wallace, and I serve as the Associate Director of Camp PARC, and I'm also a member here at Nativity. A little later in the service, we'll be recognizing and blessing members of our congregation who have answered the call to serve this summer at Camp PARC. For those who know me, you know Camp PARC is a large part of my life and the life of my family. But some of you may be wondering, what exactly is Camp PARC? And how is Nativity connected to it? And why do I keep hearing so much about it each week? Well, in a nutshell, Camp PARC stands for People Always Responding with Compassion. Simply put, Camp PARC provides an overnight summer camp experience for children and adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities. It's an all-volunteer-powered organization held near Somerset in western Pennsylvania. What makes Camp PARC unique is that campers are paired with volunteers, counselors, most of them high school and college-aged, students who spend the week living, learning, and participating in camp together. But if you ask me what Camp PARC is really about, my answer is simple: community. I grew up at Camp PARC. My parents are the directors. After college, I chose to return to camp and volunteer there. Today, my husband, along with our 4 daughters, serve there together. Camp has been part of my life for as long as I can remember. Just this past week, my parents and I were interviewing a new volunteer. He was a middle schooler excited to attend Camp PARC for the first time. Not only was the boy excited, but his grandfather was also excited. During the interview, we learned that his grandfather had served as a junior counselor in the mid-1980s. What excited both of them wasn't just that he was going to camp. It was that later this summer, when their extended family gathers, he will finally be able to join in the stories and memories that all of his cousins, aunts, uncles, parents, and grandparents have shared. Camp PARC has become part of their family's story, too. As I listened, it struck me how remarkable that is, and certainly awe-inspiring for me. What started out as a summer camp with one family and a few church friends has now connected grandparents, parents, children, cousins, and friends across generations. I know many of my high school friends will be joining me this summer. And that's what Camp PARC does. It brings people together with different abilities, different backgrounds, different ages, and different life experiences. We eat together, sing together, dance together, worship together, laugh so hard we cry, and build friendships that last long after the summer ends. Building community is not a byproduct of what we do at camp. It is one of the most important reasons we exist. In a world that often feels divided and disconnected, Camp PARC creates a place where people are welcomed, accepted, and loved for who they are. It reminds us that our differences are far less important than what we share in common. I think that's one of the ways we live out our faith. Jesus continually brought people together who society often kept apart. He built relationships, welcomed those in the margins, and created community wherever he went. Every summer, our volunteers continue that work through simple acts of service and friendship. Sometimes it looks like helping someone get ready for the day. Sometimes it's sharing a meal or helping them physically eat that meal. Sometimes it's dancing together at camp, at the dance, or simply sitting beside someone at campfire. Those moments may seem small, but they have the power to change our perspective and affect lives. The simple moments have certainly changed mine. So what does Nativity have to do with Camp PARC? Well, since 2017, members of this congregation have answered God's call to serve at Camp PARC. They have volunteered as counselors, nurses, and support staff. Nativity as a whole has donated supplies, offered financial support, and prayed for our ministry. Simply put, Nativity has become part of the Camp PARC family, and we are so grateful. So when we bless these volunteers later in the service, we are sending them out as representatives of this congregation. Through their service, they will create a community rooted in compassion, friendship, and belonging. I thank you for your prayers and generous support of Camp PARC. If you'd like to learn more about camp, support our ministry, or even explore volunteering this summer, we still need volunteers, I'll be in the narthex following worship and would love to talk to you. Thanks.